August 23, 2021, not just another rainy day in northeastern St. Vincent. It is the last day that evacuees, except residents of Fancy, were allowed to remain in emergency shelters operated by the government. The date had been announced a week earlier, but the heavy rains associated with the tropical weather system had not yet been forecast. And so, 4 days after the rains began to pour, some people are making their way back home to North Windward for the first time since La Soufrière erupted on April 9. Most of North Windward has been cleared of much of the volcanic ash, as well as debris deposited by mud flows and the passage of Hurricane Elsa on July 2. But August 23 gives an insight into the ongoing challenges that these communities will continue to face whenever there is heavy rain. Are you testing to see how solid it is?
Yeah, but it's pretty soft.
It's pretty soft.
Yeah.
So I guess you have to wait a while.
Obvious.
Yeah, they don't check you up already.
This is the situation here at Overland River. Just about 3:15 in the afternoon. This stream is in flow, and as a consequence it has brought down a lot of loose material, which is having an adverse effect on the ability of vehicles to traverse this area. There's this SUV that was trying to make it across, but because the soil is so soft, it's stuck. The vehicle is stuck. Quite a lot of people here. Quite a lot of people here. Quite a few vehicles also. Despite the heavy rains, elsewhere in North Windward, efforts continue to return residents to some sort of normalcy following the eruption. So where are you from originally?
Georgetown.
So you stayed in Georgetown for the entire eruption?
Right true.
It's about 4.5 months since the eruption of La Soufrière, and here I am in New Orange Hill. This is an area that is called 18. It is located between Robeca and Overland, and here the government is building houses for people whose homes were destroyed by La Soufrière. No, well, you just do your thing.
Yeah. Well, they say build them. What is still a ballet? Yeah. It's a building by 20 by 30, 20 feet by 30 feet. So majority, I house them building that size. We have a few bigger ones going back that side. Yeah. So we're doing 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right now. Yeah. So we are working as a team.
But you're the contractor responsible for this house?
This one here, and also that bottom one here.
So how many people you have working with you in your team?
I have 5 working with me right now.
And how long do you think it would take, or how long have the government said you should take?
Well, they say in 2 weeks' time everything should finish, but it can't happen like that.
So tell me a little bit about the house itself. So the entire thing will be concrete?
Well, we only doing the foundation.
Also, your team is just responsible for building the foundation?
Yeah. Only just doing the foundation and cast it.
When did you start?
Well, we start last week, Monday.
So you've been Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday?
And Saturday.
Saturday, and then back Monday?
Yeah.
Alright, so I won't delay you any further. Thanks a lot for talking to me. All the best to you and your team.
Yeah, you're welcome.
All right.
People up on TV.
Well, I done this, I done. As soon as I done blocks up cars and you backfill on the cars and I'm done with that.
We make our way to Oya without being delayed by the 2 other significant dry rivers north of Overland, namely in Magum and Sandy Bay, neither of which were in flow. Most of the residents of Oya had settled back into the community before August 23. Among them is Declan Child, who had returned about a month earlier.
Well, things getting back to normal. You know, people are trying their best to keep to, you know, clean up their place. But currently, we're fighting the battle of water. We don't have any water in the pipes.
No water in the pipes?
Nah. Well, some homes have, but most of the homes don't have. The pipes are clogged with sand.
Sand?
Yeah.
What do you mean? Like when you turn on, sand is coming out? Or?
No, nothing at all coming through. They're blocked.
And in what areas of Oya are you having that problem? You know?
Some parts of the hill area, the barrack area, the Sarpan area. But down on the bottom tongue, they have water down there. But not everyone.
So in the higher areas you're having that problem?
Yeah.
So how are you coping? Well, it's raining now, so you could at least get...
Yeah, we're pulling up as we speak. But everyone goes to the river to get water.
But in terms of drinking water, where do you get it from?
We have a spring. We have 2 springs.
So you use the spring water to drink?
Water to drink, yeah.
So do you treat it or you just drink it?
No, we just drink it. Some people boil it. But we drink bottled water. You know, that name will come up and give, and other people give bottled water. So, we drink bottled water.
So how do you feel now seeing your community getting back to normal?
It feels good, man. It was hard being away from home, you know. Where we went, we were, you know, by family, we were treated well, but you miss your home. You know, when you're home, you get stuff from the earth, we ground provision, vegetables, and we down there, we have to buy those stuff.
What do you do professionally?
Me, I was a desalination plant operator in Canawan. But a week before the eruption, I was dismissed because of the pandemic. So I'm home right now.
So what are you doing in the meantime?
Farm.
Farming?
Yeah.
So I guess that's always there. Farming is always there.
Farm is always there.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. Child, for speaking to me.
No problem.
All the best.
Yeah.
Our previous last trip to North Windward was 10 days earlier on a scorching August 13th. Back then, heavy equipment was clearing the riverways of huge boulders deposited by mud flows after the eruption. The shade of a tree offered a front row seat to the restoration. David Ashton was just as happy for the work being done in his village, Sandy Bay, even as his own job brought comfort to fellow villagers.
Yeah, well, I appreciate the cleaning right now because, you know, the smelling and the, when you're going around and you smell, it's not smelling too nice, so I'm glad that the government saying how the workers them to do the work, what they have to do.
And what about the water and electricity?
Well, basically all on the water is me who doing the work up for CWC up in Sandy Bay. And we doing a good work for the CWC. Because the water stood back into the last part of the village where we want water to go. And I thank the workers them who they are with me to keep up with me to do the work. I must say thanks to the electricity people them. They came out and they do what they have to do. And I thank them very much to get back the current in Sandy Bay.
I see, so in a sense things are returning to normal.
Yes, that's true, that's true. That's true, man.
Do you feel any safer than you felt initially? In terms of whether or not your house is at risk?
Well, so far, if I really see the weather really serious, I'll move from here and go over by my neighbor. So there's no problem to me. And I could go by and next door up there. Yeah.
Elsewhere in Sandy Bay, the cleanup was just as intensive. Meanwhile, in Oya, there were signs that the water supply was returning. And at Cleo Lave's home, Angus Williams and his crew of villagers had returned to removing volcanic ash from the yard after a brief but heavy downpour.
Right now it's that heavy.
Man, right now it's already heavy. We can't see that yourself too, you know? Heavy day right now.
So are you guys like going around the communities and helping?
Yes, but we do that for 5 days from Monday. to Friday. So today is the last day.
Is it a job that you're doing?
No, just like a day work now, like from 8 to 12.
So who pays you, the government or?
No man, our princess Siobhan Jan, our queen, you know? Yeah man.
She's the one who pays you guys to do this?
Well, she get sponsored, she say by the, you know, we have to be from Friday.
Yeah.
You know, she told me that, yes. On Friday.
So how long have you been doing it?
2 weeks. Say second week. 2 weeks.
How many people are involved?
14 a week. But we dispatch some up the other village up there.
Despite its closeness to the volcano, Fancy was spared the worst of the eruption and fared better than Oya, Sandy Bay, and other North Windward villages further away from La Soufrière. Also on August 13, Petra, her mom Estina Lewis, and the rest of their household had returned to clean their home for the first time since the eruption. I had spoken to you before the volcano erupted, and you had said that once it erupted you were going to evacuate. Did you evacuate?
Yes, I did. I see the big ball of thing coming over when we was in Sandy Bay. Yeah. So that after we saw that, we moved from Sandy Bay and go down Brighton.
How did you feel?
A little bit scared.
And where did you spend most of the eruption?
Brighton.
When did you return to Fancy?
Well, I come before today. I come two times before. Yeah.
What are things like in Fancy?
It was unbelievable, especially when I came in the house. I said, wow, the state of the house, everything was messed up. Well, all over did have ash, all over the house, and the yard be full of sand and on the road.
Who's been helping you to clean?
Well, we now come and clean from since we know today's, we now reach here.
So what is it like?
Well, plenty work to do, plenty cleaning. Well, the fridge, I don't think we're going to use the fridge there again.
Why?
Because watch the state of it. The stove.
But this is just ash on there. I guess you can clean it off. So you plan to clean it and use it?
Yeah.
You have a lot of ash that was in the sink. How do you think the ash was able to get in? Was it through the windows or was it from the roof?
Maybe the roof and the windows.
Do you guys have water, running water in
No. We have to use the river water.
So these cushions also, you have a lot of ash on there?
Yeah.
Would you say that you left in a hurry and you weren't adequately prepared?
Well, when I left in night, we didn't really in a hurry. Because about like after 11 we leave up Fancy here and go Sandy Bay.
11 o'clock at night?
Yes.
How did you leave?
My boyfriend vehicle. The roof been raised up.
Was that because of the hurricane?
The hurricane, yeah. But we and my boyfriend don't come and nail it back. And all over in here messed up, messy. In here.
Oh, there's a lot of ash.
Yeah.
So I guess these sheets and stuff would be no use to you.
No. And me go name, I forget, a mattress up to now, I ain't have it. Up to now.
What did they tell you?
They tell me they go call me. Since in May, June, I go into them, and up to now, they ain't call. Up to now.
Have you checked back with them?
Yeah, I checked back about 2 weeks ago, and they still ain't call.
Because these mattresses, there's a lot of ash on them.
Yeah, and the pillow them, we can't think them there again.
I was in the Qualica shelter. So from the time the suffering is the first I come here today, I just reach here. So we come to clean up, right? And when I come and watch my house, the state of my house, the suffering really do too much damage. It have a room inside there with a nose in it, and how the ash, the sink and plenty of the ash fall into the girls at the bedroom, and you go in there and see the state of the bed and so. And after that now the hurricane come, throw off the galvanizer them to the boys' room and even out in the sitting room, and it have plenty damage. We have to take up all the carpet there, you see the dust and what's not in the tray, it wet the tray, it wet the space saver, and even to the TV was on the space saver, it wet them up. And right now we need a help.
What kind of help do you need?
We need to get back like a TV. We need to get back some like carpet and clothes. The boys them clothes in the room, they get wet up. The matches them get wet up. I have a dressing table in the boys them room that get wet up and it start to lose its color, and plenty things in the boys them room get wet. But the girls' room only get ash, it didn't get wet, but it's really, really terrible.
Back in Oya on August 23, the rain is unrelenting. The police station is yet to be repaired, and there are still significant deposits of ash in the village. But the heavy equipment parked in the community is an indication that the work is not yet done. The rain will, inevitably, help to wash away some of the volcanic deposits. Nature has a way of taking care of things, as it has done with the hills and fields of North Windward. Hills and fields once painted grey by heavy deposits of volcanic ash are green again. Arrowroot fields left browned and scorched after the eruption are in bloom. But there is a price to pay for this greenery. Bonny River in Sandy Bay is flowing fast. Despite their frustration, commuters have little choice but to wait it out. There was a time when commuters to and from North Windward had to sleep on either banks of the Rabica Dry River when it was in flood. But that river was spanned in 2007, and residents say that since Hurricane Thomas in 2010 and then the Christmas floods in 2013, they have had to contend with the smaller dry rivers, such as this one in Sandy Bay.
You know when you pass Rabica down there, you are reach home. Yeah. But now,
I tell you, exactly.
So much Rabica to pass again.
Alright, and man supposed to don't come to the understanding to know that about that one Rabica.
I never seen nothing like this for a long, long time. I've been back here, I spent 47 years in England, and come again. Now to see that we have main road without bridge, where we have rivers that flow and stopping us all. This is not right, man. Something wrong, man. Let us get ourselves together, man. All who are responsible have a part to play, man. And I don't quite understand who running the show. Somebody's supposed to be running the show to take proper precaution where bridge needed. Bridge must be there. I don't sit back and say, I skin your teeth and laugh, the guy is serious. Hey, let me talk, man. You want to tell me something, Mrs. I'm talking because I feel angry. You say angry and sin that. I'm not sinning because I'm talking the truth. We need bridges over this dry river. And we need not to be holding up by a little water coming down from the mountain because of neglect. And this is going on here, the same business. Wake up, Vincent. And all those who say they are in authority, wake up, all of you. See where you're going.
Since the eruption of La Soufrière, the government has done some river training in some areas, such as here in Sandy Bay, where mud flows had redesigned the landscape. Once again, the river flows under the bridge rather than over its banks and into homes, as it had been doing over the past few months. This river in Magum poses the greatest threat to pedestrians and vehicles traveling in North Windward during the heavy rains. The threat that the river poses existed before the eruption of La Soufrière. In October 2020, residents of the area had told us of their concerns.
I'm from Sandy Bay, but I've been living in Magum. 2006 I come here. I moved 2016 in Orange Hill. This river is a difficult river to go with. When it coming down, it broad open like it's broad open, the road, take up the whole road. No vehicle can pass here. You have to stand that side, stand at another side, and the vibration of the house sometimes I have to leave and go by my neighbor until in the morning because I can't take the vibration. Look at what the river do to here. Here been a little gutter and it just come and open out wide. I don't know what caused the problem. So it's hard to live here. It's a hard thing. You know, be comfortable when rain come at all here. It's real difficulty.
When did the river start to become like this? Can you remember?
I think was when the disaster about
2013?
2013.
Christmas disaster?
Yeah. This is an expo big so. Because reach all back up there so, all over there. It's very difficult to go with. You need to do something to this river here, to the people them. Because I don't move, so not me, it's the people them who live here.
All here was land.
How long have you been living here?
About 20 something years now.
So when you just moved here, what was it like?
It was a good piece of land here. Is the river who wash it away. I did had some planting here. I did had a toilet here. But when I think it's in what the name again, boy? Thomas. In Thomas' time, everything swept away. Everything gone.
So that's 2010.
Yeah.
So when you came here, was this river as big as it is now, as wide it is as it is?
No, it wasn't like this. It was a small gutter. I just be scared because I scared it will wash me away. That is what the river do the last time when it come.
At 10 months and a volcanic eruption, and relocation seems to be the best option for these residents of Magum. After leaving Magum, one still has to negotiate the overland river before making it back to Georgetown, the regional capital of the area. Here in Overland, we are getting a sense of some of the challenges that people north of the Rabakadra River have to face constantly as a result of the eruption of La Soufrière. Well, even before the volcano erupted, we used to have problems where these streams, these quote-unquote dry rivers, used to be in flow like this and would obstruct the flow of traffic as a result of the heavy flow of water and the amount of debris that it would bring down. But since the volcano erupted, everything has gotten worse, and people commuting to this side of the country have to pass 2 or 3 of these when they're trying to make their way between Georgetown or Rabaka and Sandy Bay. Scientists monitoring La Soufrière had long warned that Vincentians would have to contend with scenes like these, possibly for years after April's eruption of La Soufrière. And on August 23, as evacuees returned to their home, there were some unpleasant reminders of what the future holds for the northeast of St. Vincent. Reporting from northeastern St. Vincent, I am Kenton Chance, Eyewitness News.